over from me leading the workers group. Go ahead, please.
Cher President, dear guests and members, you can be assured that the whole workers group is very proud to have Georges Dassis as the president of the whole committee. And as we know him since many, many years, we know he will be a good and wise president for the whole committee. And this is even more necessary, as it is already stressed in what challenging times we live now. And it was mentioned before that Georges Dassis is a good example of a successful integration in an open society that has strong industrial relations like Belgium is, when political refugees or, on the other hand, people from troubled regions come to find a safe place in Europe. And I think it also shows that it can be a win-win situation for Belgium, for Georges as now being the president here, but for all of Europe, because I think he will dedicate all his energy for a better Europe for all. And I think, therefore, it is very important here to stress again that for the first time for a whole generation, this European project is not safe anymore. It is trembling, and it needs the energy and dedication of all Europeans to change for the better and to find a stable balance again. And I think this committee can play an important role to help to rebalance Europe for its citizens. And I was very happy that Jacques Delors in the speech this morning mentioned our colleague Stedland, because I fear that with all the crises we have, the economy crisis, the social crisis, now we even speak about a refugee crisis, but I don't like this expression. It is, I think we shouldn't use this expression because it's a challenge that we will integrate it. But with all the crises we have, I fear we are at the step of a value crisis. Because if you watch the debate we have now about asylum policy, about the economic crisis, a lot of people are ready to throw overboard the fundamental values we have here. And therefore it is essential, like Stedland, who played an important role as a member of this committee, as a president, to develop the Charter of Fundamental Rights. I think this committee again can build on these successes we had to help and come up with proposals for the future of Europe. Because it is clear, we cannot expect our governments to push for a convention and the necessary treaty changes. It has to be civil society to do this. And we have to remember that it was also the case already with the last convention. It was civil society that pushed the parliamentarians of the European Parliament for a convention, and I'm sure that at the end of the day we also will have a convention here again, even that a lot of governments at the moment think this would be a nightmare for them. But therefore I think we have to come up with good proposals as a committee together for the future of Europe, and this implies also that we have to find better solutions to stabilize the economic governance, but especially also the Eurozone. And we have a lot of competences in all three groups here to do this. And I think also at the same time, it was already mentioned, the asylum policy, because this will be key, that we stick to our fundamental rights, but we find fair and solidaric solutions, and that we are able not only to welcome people in need, but also that we can integrate them. But I'm sure also here we can do a lot, and I think with the President, Georges Dassis, we have not only to discuss good proposals and ideas here in Brussels, but we have to be more present in the member states, in our constituencies, with civil society, because we really need to bridge the gap, and this is our key role as a committee. And I also want to mention that it will be key to come up with good ideas for the future of work, because also here the challenges of digitalization are key. We already produced good opinions here, and I think we can do more, and I'm sure we will do more. I think it will be key that we all, as new members, as experienced members, work together here to find the best consensus possible. And I can assure you, Mr. President, that we as Group 2 will support you, as I heard already, that also the other groups will support you. And we, George, you will always be a member of our group. And to quote and end with one key sentence, if you would ask me, what is a key sentence of Georges Dassis? I would say, you have to be always human. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best.